Good afternoon, Cross Timbers, and welcome to the Texan News Scoop, Texan TV Weekly Review News Show. Here we'll look at this week's top news stories on campus, the region, and beyond. My name is Sydney Burns, and it's February 19th, 2016. Here are this week's top stories. In campus news, Tarleton State University's Clyde H. Wells Fine Arts Center Gallery of Art is now presenting Soft Rains featuring Jason Urban. Inspiration for his work comes from a chapter in the 1950 dystopian novel named There Will Come Soft Rains. Admission for the exhibit is free and available to the public now through March 17th. Urban is a teacher, writer, and artist residing and working in Austin, Texas. He earned a Bachelor's of Fine Arts from Kutztown University in Pennsylvania and a Master's of Fine Arts from the University of Iowa. Urban's paintings, drawings, prints, and installations have been displayed in numerous national and international venues. In local news, the Stephenville Empire Tribune reports that the deadline to file for a spot on the May 7th city ballot is just hours away. Stephenville Mayor Kenny Weldon and City Councilman Alan Nix, Russ McDaniel, Jerry Warren, and Boyd Wagner have all filed another term and have yet to garner another opponent. The deadline is at 5 p.m. today at the City Hall. In state news, after aiming the beam of a laser at a Texas Department of Public Safety helicopter last year in May, Orlando Jose Chapa was sentenced yesterday to 13 months in federal prison. Chapa pled guilty last year in November for aiming the beam of a laser pointer at Texas Department of Public Safety helicopter along its flying path. Investigators said Chapa was in his driveway when he knowingly targeted the chopper as it flew overhead. Yesterday, while on board of the Papa plane flying from Ciudad Juarez to Rome, Pope Francis made a comment on Republican President Donald Trump and other candidates who are wanting to build a wall along the U.S. border with Mexico. With Trump being one of the leading presidential candidates, he said that if elected, he will build a wall along the Mexican border from Texas to California to expel 11 million people who are in the country illegally. Pope Francis said, "A person who thinks only about building walls, wherever they may be, and not building bridges is not Christian." Francis also said he would give the benefit of the doubt and added by saying, "I say this man is not Christian if he has said things like that." Torrential rains in Peru provoked mudslides injuring dozens in the central region of Junin on Wednesday. According to Junin civil defense officials, some 90 houses have been destroyed, displacing over 300 people throughout the region. Access routes were cut off by fallen trees and rocks. Army soldiers had to use a helicopter to rescue injured and flew 45 people out. Others had to cross the overflowing rivers by foot to get help. Hundreds of thousands of people are being affected by programmed power cuts in Buenos Aires as the government deals with a struggling energy system due to the ongoing heat wave. The government measures will affect homes and businesses in Buenos Aires and surrounding towns over the next 2 days. Earlier this week, hundreds of outraged citizens blocked the streets of the capital to protect against the repeated cuts in the electricity supply. The government said that it plans to alert citizens before the cuts happen in an attempt to minimize problems caused by historically common blackouts at this time of year. The measure was implemented just days after a sharp increase in electricity prices in the metropolitan area was announced. Be sure to get outside today and enjoy the weather. Today will be sunny with a high of 80 degrees and a low of 58. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy with a high of 80 and a low of 59. Sunday there will be thunderstorms. There is a 90% chance of rain with a high of 72 and a low of 50. This has been a production of the Texan News Scoop, product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Tune in to Northland Cable Channel 9 on weekdays for Texan TV News as well as our other programming. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter and check out our website at www.texannews.net. Tune in next Friday for the week's news and review. Today's broadcast was produced by Alejandra Araguin and Megan Andrews. I am Sydney Burns, and have a wonderful weekend, Texans.